What's up guys, it's CG. So this is going to be a thorough review of Bleecker Street by Bond 9. First I'm going to share data, what numerous voters had to say about various aspects of the fragrance. Then I'm going to share what Google AI had to say about the scent profile. My wife and I are going to share our first impressions of it. And finally I'm going to go away, wear it, and come back with my overall opinion. Without further ado, let's get this started. Alright, so it's classified as an aromatic green fragrance. In the top we have mint, lemon, thyme, basil. In the heart we have jasmine, rosemary, blackcurrant, and lavender. And in the base we have musk and verbena. The quality score, the overall rating was a 4.21 out of 5, and that's out of 1,979 votes. For gender, most people consider it unisex, more male, or very masculine. Nobody considers it to be feminine or feminine leaning. For most appropriate occasions, the highest votes went to leisure, daily, and business, indicating that this is a classy, professional, daily wear fragrance. As far as longevity goes, most people voted that it was average or long lasting. Nobody really considered it to be eternal, and nobody really considered it to be weak either. Sillage, which is the projection or the scent bubble it creates, is a little bit confusing because it kind of got a good amount of votes across the board. Most people considered it to be average, but quite a few considered it to be weak, strong, or even very strong. This could have to do with individual skin chemistry, or it could have to do with reformulations. As far as the most appropriate season, it got spring and summer is the highest voted, with spring slightly beating summer. As far as what Google AI had to say about the scent profile, it said, imagine this, you're strolling down a cool tree-lined street. You catch a whiff of sweet blueberries from a nearby vendor, mixed with the warm earthy scent of the sidewalk. Then a bakery breeze hits you with a hint of cinnamon. That's kind of what Bond 9 Bleecker Street smells like. It's a relaxed, interesting vibe, not too strong. Off the opening, I'm getting synthetic woods, like underneath everything. I'm getting blueberry and I'm getting a ton of green. It's pretty unique just in how it opens up. But at the same time, it's just like that, a kind of a standard, classy green fragrance smell with a bit of a twist to it. Definitely smell the violet leaf strong in this one and the blueberry. First impression, just on the scent alone, I'd give it a 7.5 to an 8, somewhere in there.
Bleecker Street. Immediately I get like peppery, like spicy, masculine. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna say this is an 8.
All right, so Bleecker Street, and I'm getting this with a lot of Bond 9s. It's really one of those fragrances that you cannot judge just based on the opening. I could see myself just smelling this, being like meh, and moving on to the next one. But when it dries down, like on the opening, it's pretty synthetic and it's pretty, I don't know, pretty stereotypical and generic. I get a lot of synthetic woods and just a typical kind of green, like a grassy green on top. But then as it dries down, it starts really smoothing out and becoming a lot more natural. And I would say front and center on this is violet leaf. Like, I've never smelled violet leaf by itself, but after smelling the dry down of this fragrance, I'm pretty familiar with what violet leaf smells like, because I pick up the same exact note in Green Irish Tweed and Dior Fahrenheit. Even though those are like worlds apart, there's one commonality, and that's definitely the violet leaf. If I had to describe what violet leaf smells like, it's a fougere, like a very classy, old school, masculine type of green. I would say it's almost like kind of like how you'd imagine cucumbers to smell, with a bit of grassiness to it. And underlying is a funk, like a tinge that's kind of just earthy and metallic. But overall, it's mainly just this cucumber grassy green. That's front and center on this one. And this one's definitely worth sampling just to get a better idea of what violet leaf smells like if you're not too familiar with it. After the violet leaf, there's a blueberry that's just kind of sweetening and softening the composition and making it just smell incredibly good. I'd put this in the same category as Green Irish Tweed or Gentle Fluidity Silver. Just that classy, masculine, fougere, old school, green, fresh scent. If you like those, I think you'll like this. You might find this not as impressive as the other two, but I definitely think it's worth sampling. As far as performance on me was pretty bad. Like I could just tell it was soft, like it wasn't projecting. Like I'm not the type that wants to fill up a room, but I like to feel like I could smell my wrist and it's still there. After like 2 hours, this became pretty hard to detect just on myself. So the performance was kind of bad, and given the price level and given that I already have Gentle Fluidity Silver and Green Irish Tweed, this isn't one I would get a bottle of, but at the same time, it was definitely worth sampling. I actually find it to be quite a bit unique, and it kind of just expanded my understanding of the note of violet leaf. So yeah, I hope you guys got some from this video. Be sure to check out my Bond 9 playlist for more videos like this format on other fragrances from that brand. Subscribe for future content,